What's up, guys? Nolan here, and the gunsmith task that I mentioned yesterday is fixed. You are good to turn in your gunsmith tasks right now. They should not bug your game anymore. BSG were quick to fix that one, but unfortunately there's still a few lasting issues hanging around with audio and possibly the economy, so just heads up, unless it's royally going to screw up your game. I try to give them at least a day or two to see if BSG come up with a solution for them, so that's why I'm not constantly talking about bugs, but there are a few, so we're going to get into that. So if you are looking to get better frames, here is something that I know myself works quite well. I just did it before my last few raids when I was going to make this video. Turning off binaural audio. It absolutely does increase your frames. Unfortunately, it may negatively affect the audio that you hear in certain areas because BSG do suggest that you keep it on, but you will get a significant, it is a noticeable FPS boost, or at least I did, and so did every single other person that I have noticed who has done this. Some of the creators have even made videos talking about this when they talk about their settings. So for now, I would try it out, and I will let you guys know when it's safe to come back. Also, speaking of audio, when you call in an airdrop, it can be silent, or at least the ones I have called in have been silent. So yeah, you're gonna need to want to keep an eye up in the sky until you see it drop so that you don't waste it. Apologies for not covering this earlier. I hadn't called one in myself yet, or seen anyone call one in myself yet, while the ones that are on the maps are making noise. But yeah, the ones that you call in, at least the ones that I have now seen, don't make any noise, so keep an eye out. The stuff that I mentioned yesterday about price changes that I hadn't verified yet have been verified as not real, or at least they were, and now they're changed. So it was probably a bug. But either way, it was for all PMCs, it was for everyone, and it was just strange timing how Bears happened to report Peacekeeper while USEX reported Prapper. The change was reverted, the price did go back down. Some shady stuff with extracts can pop up, especially around D2 on reserve. If I were you, I would avoid it altogether for now, but if you have to for some reason use the D2 exit on reserve, then cross your fingers and maybe it will work. While sometimes it will make no noise and not give you the usual prompt and animation of the door opening, but after 30 seconds the door will just open and you're good. Or sometimes it does none of that and it's just broken. So yeah, I would go to a different extract. What's difficult about this one is that it genuinely is bugged because sometimes people don't get the animation and it just opens immediately. So there is definitely a bug involved with it, but it could also be a charisma thing. Maybe it just doesn't open sometimes if they don't like you for some reason, because that's charisma. So although it is unverified, it is shown to be buggy. So at the very least, it can be bugged. So we'll see if BSG is able to get a fix out for it anytime soon. More keys have popped up as 1 by 1. So keep an eye out and just know it is possible it could happen to more. This backup hideout key is new this patch, and I am almost certain it is required for a task now because it seemed to be spawning so often and now makes sense to be a one-use key if it is like the other task keys. The reason why I was confused is because the room it opens there sucks. There's really not much in there at all, but if you need it for a task, then that makes sense now, so keep an eye out. Still, no sign of Lightkeeper at all. I am keeping an eye on Trey 24K and Desmond Pilak. They're the two highest levels that are interested in figuring out the Lightkeeper stuff that I know of. Of course, they are trying to get to Capo as soon as possible, but at the same time, they are also interested in Lightkeeper. If there is anyone else that is around the 40 to 45 level mark, let me know. Neither of these guys have had anything pop up that points directly to Lightkeeper by the way of tasks. Both have found certain new electronics and whatnot that we believe to be associated with him, but nothing like an introduction or even a real mention of Lightkeeper yet. With these guys getting up to and past max level traders and the end game tasks, we do at least have one confirmation now that access to Lightkeeper is now what I would consider total end game content, which granted that does make a lot of sense, but now we know. I wanted to mention this quickly as neither of these guys I mentioned failed the task to be able to get this item, but for the bullshit task, you get a reward for failing it, which while I am now reading this, I did get a response from somebody that I messaged on Twitter who does have the item, so I'll look into this further, but as of right now, what I'm about to say is the current information. Like I said, I will investigate it earlier, update tomorrow. So this item right here is the Digital Secure DSP radio transmitter. As far as I can tell, there's no clear way of getting this item, and it is described by the wiki as something that can't be looted, the same way the compass, markers, cameras, and jammers are in our special slots. It is a special slot item. It is possible that this is required for Lightkeeper, so if anyone does fail bullshit or find this item, please let me know as soon as possible. We will need to test some things. I have seen scattered reports of this item just beeping when you pull it out, and nothing happens when you use it near Lighthouse, but nothing properly tested, at least from me, so I would like to investigate it more. Another side note, yes, we are. Found some people. So come back tomorrow and see if you found anything. So if these people are telling the truth, it's very possible that a task needs to be unlocked in order for it to actually work as intended with Lightkeeper, just like markers don't actually mark anything unless you have the task. But without that item or the possible task for it, right now the leading theory is these advanced communications items will be needed to construct a radio strong enough to communicate with Lightkeeper. It may also involve some kind of cracking his encrypted frequency or solving some kind of puzzle through that system or something like that with these items being found. But again, that's just speculation right now. What's also speculation is that these items are required to speak with him at all, but also if they are, how they will be used. It's possible that we need to just turn them in as a part of a quest so that someone else will give us a form of communication with him. Like maybe we give this to Jaeger puts it all together and then gives us a completed object, or we might do it ourselves. Either way, the prevailing theory right now is that there will be at some point a communication device in our possession that will allow us to communicate with him based on what's in front of us. I'm hoping that it'll be something that we don't need to bring in raid. Axel TV thinks otherwise, which is very masochistic of him. That would be insane that these things are so rare and you need to risk it in raid, but hey, maybe it'll also be a special object. But these things do look like they're quite heavy and quite large as items in game. I feel like this is something that we're going to need to place somewhere, or it's just something that we need to own in order to use it, in order to gain access to Lightkeeper. Which, while we're on that subject, there is a lot of room in the room that the gym in our hideout is in. Plenty more space for other stuff if BSG wanted to add it, and there's even clearly another room on the other side of the far wall as well. So it's possible there's more coming for the gym or the hideout in general. My tinfoil hat theory right now is I'm hoping a communications or radio room or station or something like that can be built or added, or in some way, shape, or form becomes available, and that's what we then use to communicate with Lightkeeper. I can see that working as our setup to communicate with not just Lightkeeper, but all the traders down the line, apart from in person as well, because in case you didn't know, most, if not all of the traders are also planned to become in raid like Lightkeeper. But for now, let's figure out what's going on with the crazy old man in the lighthouse. That is all for now, guys. Lots of things still changing around us between balance and bug fixes, so keep an eye out and let me know if you or someone you know finds anything concrete about Lightkeeper. Request here to try to add a tag of yours on any of the videos or images that you send me to help with giving credit if that's something that you are worried or interested in, so that I am certain that it is being given correctly, because I'm getting so much information from people, it is difficult to keep track of who's who and what's going on with what. So please just put it either on the video or clearly in the DM or tweet, and I will make sure that it's in there. But again, that is all for now, guys. So if you like this video, there's a button for that. Subscribe for more like it, or jump in the comments and let me know what you think we will need to do in order to get to Lightkeeper. For the best forms of contact and minute-to-minute news, follow me on Twitter or join the Discord, both linked below. Latest videos are right here on your screen. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a nice day. See you guys.